It is a pleasure to welcome you all today. This event is an opportunity to develop an inter-sector dialogue on the critical issue of youth provision. We are meeting 7 months after riots shook the city. And nothing could excuse some of the appalling behavior that we saw. Today will be clear proof to any doubters that we can be proud of the youth of this city.
What has gone wrong with us as a society that there are so many young people who believe their identities are bound up in the possession of the right kind of running shoes? We need to work together to build self-belief amongst our young people. We're going to make it the greatest city on earth for a young person to grow up in. That's the aim. Thank you very much.
I want to avoid binary understandings of the riots, understandings that try and place it down to one cause or try and put it down to a single issue, because they were very complex.
There were some people who just got caught up in the madness of the moment. There were some people who set out to go and steal things and went out intentionally.
Some people wanted to retaliate. They wanted to retaliate against individual incidents, but they wanted to retaliate against the broader system in some way.
How do we understand what young people are thinking, what their concerns are, what their fears are?
If you think you've got no respect, why should you give respect back to the community and to the police?
Once you turn 14, there's nothing to do apart from very expensive courses that our parents can't afford to pay for.
Councils and the national government should be reprioritising opportunities for young people.
After the riots, churches have been taking action to establish, for example, more youth projects and citizenship projects in schools.
We managed to get together a really nice group, and we spoke to them. We said, look, what do you want to do, guys? What do you think we should do? What's really simple, and what can we do this Sunday with no money? And they said, let's clean up the streets. So that's what we did. We borrowed some litter pickers, we borrowed some brooms.
We are hoping to turn Tottenham into a place in which you would have Tottenham as a centre of youth leadership, excellence in youth leadership.
The value of being a human being has become repeatedly negated, and that wasn't started by our children. We started that narrative, and the children just reflect that back at us.
We sort of posed some questions really to the group. Why do young people start dealing drugs? And what can be done to stop this happening? If it's an issue around money, then there needs to be some jobs available for young people.
It is hoped that up to 30,000 will take part next year, but there are major concerns about financing a project that costs over £1,000 per participant.
We need to kind of celebrate and then nurture the artist in all of us.
We need more young people standing up to be, elected as youth MPs.
We have to change the way we think. We have to have a new systemic engagement.
Where do you think you're going just like that?
I told you I'm going for an interview.
Have you any experience of selling?
Yeah, I used to hold the line for my boy selling cheese.
Goodbye.
Can you go now, please?
What could he have done differently to change that outcome?
It's the whole environment around him, his friends, his mother.
Hey, easy, I'll tickle you.
Faith is not a private matter with no place to play in public discourse on political and policy issues. Archbishop Desmond Tutu once famously observed, "I am puzzled about which Bible people are reading when they suggest that religion and politics don't mix."
One of the biggest things that brings people together is involvement in voluntary and community activities, and there are far too few young people involved in that area.
We catalyzed a campaign called 2011 Hours Against Hate,
asking young people through a virtual campaign on Facebook and Twitter to volunteer an hour or more of their time to serve someone or some organization that doesn't look like them, pray like them, or live like them.
Be a voice, not an echo. And I think if our young people can hear that and be the voice of themselves, then we shall have a young generation that we can all be proud of.